Okay, everyone who's here, thanks for coming. It's not the turnout I really expected. I was scared stiff we were going to get hundreds of people, but I guess, you know, it doesn't work like that. Anyway, I want to let Scott come up. He's going to lead us in a small prayer and do the pledge. And I guess we'll do the pledge to this flag. So, after me is Scott, yeah? And then Valerie will sing the national anthem.
Okay. Lord, we thank you for this gathering today, for getting us all here safely with the weather, and for all these smiling patriot faces that are out here. We're blessed, Lord, to just to be together and come together in unity, and we pray for your guidance and for your direction of the nation and of the world during these trying times, and we just trust that you have our best interests in mind, and that you will get us through all these tough times. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Valerie.
Now I still y'all get to join in, so help me out here. All right. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the dawn's gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, well, I wanted to do this because I wanted to remember the convoy that came through just over a year ago, I guess. We have a couple of people here who did travel with the convoy. Unfortunately, due to weather and all of that, I'm sure a lot of people called off. The other thing is, America's in a mess, and if people like us don't draw other people's attention to it, we're never going to get any better. And everybody knows when the People's Convoy gave up and quit in Maryland, a lot of their groups changed to the People's Movement. There's also a 1776 Restoration Movement. Different names, all trying to do the same thing, trying to get, you know, the government to listen to what we, the people, want. And if they're not going to listen to us, then, like they said on the convoy, we've got to start at state level, join, you know, councils, school boards, whatever. And, I mean, I was impressed by the convoy, basically, until it just ended, you know, being a money thing, which was sort of sad. But I'm still impressed by the people that are trying to work through, like the People's Movement and like David Santarydell. I mean, not everybody agrees with what they did after the People's Movement And but they're still going, and they've changed their tactics to educate and motivate now, instead of being more a protest group or an action group. Anyway, I think that if we're not going to save the country, the government sure ain't. They're going to just ruin it. So, having said that, that's just my vision on things. We've got Carolyn Smith here from People's Movement. She helped with setting that up after the People's Convoy sort of dissolved. And she's just going to tell us a little bit about the People's Movement. And I just want to say, you know, thanks for coming out and supporting me, especially to my girls from Women in the Wind Cactus Cuties chapter, who came out here at 11 o'clock when it was still really, really cold, and, you know, started handing out flyers and set up everything with me. So, Carolyn, if you just want to come and tell us a bit. After that, if there's anybody else here, and I really would like to hear from your husband, if he's willing to say a couple of words about what he felt like being in the convoy, but he doesn't have to. If anybody else wants to say anything about what they felt when the convoy went through, and, you know, what they feel about what's going on now, feel free to come up and do it. You're doing a sort of open mic, I guess. Thanks.
Wow. I was kind of surprised when Penelope asked me to speak, and it's a blessing and an honor. The last few days I've been having so many memories pop up on my Facebook page of where we were at the People's Convoy, where we stopped, where we were traveling, the number of people on the overpasses and in parking lots and on the sides of the road just greeting us, and it was just mind-blowing. It was amazing. It was a journey that I would not trade for anything in the world, and I would do it again if given the opportunity to do so. That convoy was just, woke up so many people, sparked the fire within so many souls for people to stand up and start doing. But there's so many more that haven't been reached, aren't understanding the depth and the magnitude of what our corrupt government has done. And with the People's Movement, we are 50 states, and we are just doing the best that we can to wake people up, educate people, provide them with information, truths, facts. It will not change at the federal level. It will not change in DC until we change it at our local and our state levels. And that's what the People's Movement is doing. We're working to get committees together for local councils, school boards, law enforcement, medical field, all sectors of our government, politicians. We need to remove those who are in it for themselves and not for we the people. And we need to support those who are constitutional, who stand by their oath, and who are doing the best that they can for us as a whole. And that is what we're doing with the People's Movement. We need to reach many, many more people. So please share the word, pass it on. You can find us. I have some flyers right here that you can take. You can find us. You can contact me. I'll provide you with your state link. Feel free to join. Share the message with your friends and family. Ask them to share it. Let's get people together as much as we can and bridge those gaps. There are so many gaps. And it's true, there's so many different patriot groups out there. So many of us are working in silos, and those silos aren't good. We need to bridge those gaps. We need to bring everybody together. We are American patriots. We are the majority, and we need to show this corrupt government that they do work for us. They don't own us. We own them. And we need to change the tides. and stand up, educate people. Feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to give you my phone number. You can find me on Facebook. I'll share any and all information with you that I can. We have an amazing Patriot family. I am so blessed and honored with the state leads that are within the People's Movement. They work so hard and just absolutely amazing. Something that this convoy did do was it gave me a Patriot family that I never had before. And I'm truly blessed and grateful for that. So let's get together, share the message, spread the word, bring people in, and let's grow this Patriot family and show this government that they are not the majority, we are. And that's what we need to do. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Cliff. I'm not the best speaker. I'm a truck driver. First, I want to say thank you, Penelope, for putting this together. Next, my wife, you spoke beautifully. When I decided to do the convoy, I was on the edge. I participated in other events that was just trucking related. The regulations, this or that, but it got to a point in my mind where it wasn't about trucking, it was about human beings. The amount of, the men and women that have fought for this country, our freedoms, they're put on the side. Well, someone else is more important, or there's money for someone else, and it just gnawed at me. So I said, to heck with it, babe, let's do it. So I came home. I put my trailer at the house, and we hopped in the semi, and she hopped in her pickup and started across the country. And it was about freedoms. We're human beings. This is no longer a color issue, a gender issue, anything else. It's a human being issue. The amount of overreach, and we're human beings. The vaccination, I don't care if somebody is vaccinated, if there isn't, it's still not going to make me not hug you. But having something forced into your body to continue to make a living or lose your job, that's not what America was about. So I went on with it, and I'm proud that I did. And I want to thank Scott for the travel that you did, and this guy over here in the hat, Paul Revere. I remember making it to Hagerstown, Maryland in my semi, and every day trying to go around the Beltway, and he's running the tail, on the CB, as if he were a trucker. Giving us directions. I got your back. I know where it was. I haven't seen you since, so this is a beautiful thing. We're all human beings. We're not robots. One thing doesn't fit for another. And the amount of, I'm just going to come out and say it, the amount of government overreach in every situation, it doesn't matter what it is too much. There has to come a point where enough's enough. That's pretty much all I have to say, and I appreciate you all braving this cold day.
Is there anyone else wants to say why they're here, or share experience, about what you felt when the convoy came through your place?
Ma'am, can I say one more thing?
You certainly can.
Actually, on my phone today, a year ago, we were in Elk City, Oklahoma, and it crushed my heart. We're sitting in the truck, and we had got parked in our staging area, and this 70-year-old lady, if they say it doesn't affect people, I know it affected this woman. I'm sitting in my truck after the 300 or 400 miles we did that day, and she comes walking up. She hands me a $20 bill. I'm only 44 at the time, I'm 45 now. She's 70 years old, and she says, please just go fight. go fight for our freedoms, and she starts crying, started bawling, and I'm waiting for her to continue on and tell me what it was about. And she proceeds to tell me that she watched her 91-year-old mom. She said, please don't let this happen to anyone else. She watched her 91-year-old mom die behind a pane of glass. They wouldn't even let, if the mask worked and everything else worked, they wouldn't even give her the opportunity to go in and give her mom a hug and say goodbye. And her mom died of congestive heart failure. She didn't have COVID or anything else. And it affected this woman deeply, and it affected me. And if the mask worked and everything else and all these things that they're putting in place, protected the other person, why didn't this lady have the opportunity to go in and hug and kiss her mom and say goodbye? They denied her that opportunity. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was all about COVID and the mandates when the convoy came through. But you do all realise we still have emergency powers in place, which we shouldn't have. There's no emergency. So why the heck do we still have these powers in place? I know one of our reps here in Arizona took it to the Senate. Excuse me, I don't know much about American politics, but apparently he took it to the Senate to get these powers rescinded, and I assume it goes to the House from there, and apparently Joe Biden pops up and says, well, I'm going to rescind them in May. Do you believe him? I don't. So, anybody else want to say anything? Paul, come on up. I also have seen this man many times on live streams. I've never met him. I'm Penny. Hi.
Yeah, they called me Paul Revere, doing the convoy stuff. I just blocked cars and got eggs thrown at me and whatever else they threw from skyscrapers in Maryland. Yeah, they threw a lot of stuff. And, I did it because I had young children. And I actually quit my job to go do this. And I never wore one of the blue masks on my face. I decided that everybody had the excuse of my job and something about money. But if people weren't willing to get rid of those excuses to stand up for our rights, then it's the simplest little thing, serving money. And that entire time you have people telling you, well, you don't talk about politics or religion at work. You don't talk about it around the dinner table. And you know what? They've effectively silenced everybody. We're sitting there serving $1 per hour, but we're paying little attention to our freedoms at the same time. Yeah, you might go out there and you work for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours in a day, and you think it's a simple thing to keep your mouth shut and just go home. Well, you've done nothing for freedom when you do something like that. All you've done is served your couple $100 for the day, and well, 20 or 30 years of doing that, and you come to realize, well, what the hell happened to my country? And that's what I was starting to look at. So I gave up my job and I drove over 20,000 miles for the convoy, and I had one hell of a good time doing it. There was from nice and cold and snowing and freezing your butt off to super, super hot. And everywhere in between, you're getting stuff thrown at you, whether it be food for you to eat or people forcibly throwing eggs at you. I would do it again though. And if I were to do it again, I would want us to go a lot harder and be a lot more effective and get rid of those excuses that have held us back and that continue to hold us back. All right, that's all I got to say.
Okay, is there anybody else wanted to say anything regarding the convoy or, why we're here? Because I've said more or less what I want to say. Convoy I don't know, when he started, he just gave everybody hope, and everybody was like, yes, somebody's doing something. And here we are, a year later, unfortunately. Well, we got rid of the COVID crap, but they'd love us to get it back again if they could find an excuse to do it, but nobody's buying into it anymore. Nobody's buying into the fake media or anything. But, okay, so, but these emergency powers are what concern me at the moment. They're messing around with Ukraine, and I don't know if these emergency powers they want to keep in force because they're going to do something wrong there, but I'm not a politician. I ride a bike. I'm a biker. That's all I am, and an old lady. But anyway, just what I wanted. Last thing I want to say, if there's nobody else there, I want to give you one thing which I heard so many times in the convoy, and Carolyn already said it. They still work for us, and not the other way around. Anybody else? Okay.
I just think that even though there doesn't seem to be that many people here, we have people from Nevada here, and so it is multiple states, and while there seems to be not as much excitement as there was a year ago, or as much action as there was a year ago, the oppression upon us from our government has not let up, even though we are not forced to wear masks anymore. They are still trying to kill us, to put it very bluntly. And it is for the children, and our children's children that we are fighting. So I just wanted to say that while there doesn't seem to be that many of us right now, this was a very casual meeting, and to not stop fighting and keeping your voices heard and organizing and reaching out. And you know, sometimes in battles or in war you retreat to regroup, and that's very easy for us to do. So while there has been some retreating, I would say people don't feel as if that much is happening right now. It can happen again, and we just have to stay united for that. So thank you everybody for having me.
Okay, anybody else? Before we wind this little gathering up, I'm really grateful for you to come in. How did you guys hear about this in Nevada? You know, I posted in Arizona, but it's great. So, thanks for coming. And I want to thank Robert. I know he's not here, he's inside being busy as usual. But I want to thank Robert for letting us do this here. And for you who won raffle prizes, you've got something to take back from Great American Pizza. Yeah, and so if this gets onto YouTube or wherever, to the people who were in the convoy, I'd like to say this. Thanks for everything you did, thanks for the time you gave up, and thanks for the financial difficulties you may have got into, and I hope the heck you got out of them again this year. But with things as they are, I'm doubting that. Anyway, thanks everybody, and thanks for coming and just being with us.